every week we give out our picks on Tuesday, and every week your professional betting colleagues, Simon, have strong opinions about what we discuss on the show, and they like to share them with you, and then we share them with everybody else here on Thursdays in our favorite segment. It's time for Sharp Calls.
I have to answer this phone.
Chad, it's strange days this year, this season.
Is it strange days because the wise guys agree with me on just about every single game?
No, you're going to get slaughtered this week. But you might not. That's the strange days because the public, they've been cashing on these weeks. Even going back to last year. They have weeks like this where it feels like they're stepping in it and they get away with it. And maybe it's the new age, but the favorites, like you've seen all the data, Chad, it's like the best run they've ever had to start a season right now. And these last 2 weeks, it's been insane. What was 11-2, like you said last week? Normally, I would be hammering this, dancing on your grave, laughing at you because you were so Joe Public, but you might be right. And I think a lot of the guys back up some of that. If you want to go through the plays that I disagree with them on, a lot of pros like Atlanta. I think that's a sharp side. A lot of pros like Pittsburgh, probably a sharp side. Again, I'm just on the opposite side of it. Plenty of pros like the Vikings. I don't get it. Feels like they're kind of just betting a number into I just don't trust JJ. I don't get that one either. Tons of pros I talked to like Tennessee on the other side of that one. The ones they agree with me on, shockingly, a lot of pros love the Chiefs. I really thought that was going to be pros on the Bills and the public would be on the Chiefs, but plenty of guys I know back in the Chiefs here. I thought it was going to be, Joes versus pros, and it's split on that game. I mean, a game I love, Chad, just never, not going to get there. I guess I don't love it. I don't want to say I love it because it's Geno Smith, but the Raiders, like that's tons of pros I know hammered that at plus 3.5. I'm mad I didn't do anything with it because I just was like, can I just avoid this game? I don't want to have money on Geno Smith or Trevor Lawrence. It's down to minus 2.5 now. I might have to bet Trevor Lawrence. I don't want to though because that game stinks to high heavens. Tons of pros on Houston with us. I don't know how much you like that game, but another game I thought was going to be very, very public heavy on the Broncos. It's actually not like that, right? It's been pretty split. Most bookmakers I've talked to, they don't desperately need Houston there. I thought that was going to be a big professional spot, but this week it just seems like the pros I know, they're taking these home dogs like the Giants, and I try to ask them why, and they're just playing the number. Like they really give me logical reasons on it other than this is what they do long term and it's a winner. And I told you I'm just scared about it because this has not been hitting like it used to these last couple of years, and we've talked about it. The discrepancy between having a quarterback you can trust on fourth down on these short fields with these kickoff rules, it's different, and these favorites are just hitting differently. So, yeah, we can dive into it, but really, really split up this week overall over a lot of the games. But the most part, most pros I know too, they're just all over these home dogs, and they just love the numbers they're getting on these home dogs.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. Let's get into it. Atlanta at New England, you mentioned it. Like the two players we were most concerned about not being available were Michael Penix and Drake London. And I think that's part of why this number shot up. Don't forget on Sunday, this line was 3.5. Shot up to 5.5, actually got up to 6 at some point on Wednesday. But there is news out of Atlanta. Raheem Morris did say he was feeling really good about Michael Penix. It looks like Drake London also is on the road to playing. And if those two guys are playing, then it's a different conversation. And all of a sudden, we're talking about a New England team that is, to me, highly overvalued because Drake May is just dropping bombs. And now all of a sudden, everyone thinks he's sort of the second coming of Tom Brady and is racing up the charts in the MVP race. But Atlanta offensively is very well-rounded when it has all of its players available. The Patriots have had a hard time stopping the run. Bijan Robinson can be a dominant presence. You kind of need to take last week off the board as such a massive anomaly, burn the tape. Atlanta at 5.5, I totally get why the wise guys like that play. Explain to me your logic here. If by the way, the expectation holds true and Penix and London are playing.
Yeah, I think everything you said is true. That we've been saying it for weeks, though. This Patriots team is overvalued. Drake May, I think one of their quarterback has done what he's done in history. I think it was Drew Brees or something like that. That's basically completing 75% of their passes through 8 weeks and have over 2,000 yards. And, the difference between obviously him and Drew Brees is Drake May is a great athlete. He's got incredible legs that when it's not working for him throwing the ball, he uses that, gets first downs. And he's been a unicorn in that way for this Patriots team, right? Like he keeps them in drives that they really shouldn't be in because he uses his legs and then all the 50-50 balls. I just said he's completed 75% of his passes. Yeah. These aren't checkdowns like Drew Brees was in that 2018. This is guys throwing 30, 40 yards downfield, and it's working. It's all hitting. So everything you're saying about the regression is so true. I just don't know if this is the spot to get in front of it because it is Penix and it is outdoor. Like, again, he's played 2 outdoor games this year. Penix as a starter with guys healthy. Carolina, 0-30. They didn't score a single point against Carolina. Okay, not a big deal. Then they went to San Francisco.
Well, it is a big deal.
I know, but I'm saying, like, it's a fluke game, right? Those things happen. Like, you can't take much away from it. That's why I tried to not hold too much against him in that game. He went to San Francisco, looked anemic, scored 10 points against a defense with no Nick Bosa, no pass rush, and no Fred Warner in their first game. Like, made the 49ers defense look like a juggernaut without 2 all-pros. So, 10 points on the road there. I'm worried about Penix. I just don't trust him yet. Rather I'd be at home indoors as a favorite. I like him. On the road as a dog, I don't know if I can get there, but everything Shad's saying is so true. This is an incredible spot for the Falcons trend-wise. Like, there's a ton of trends. Patriots are basically on this insane 5-game ATS streak. You want to fade those type of teams, especially young teams that didn't make the playoffs the previous year. They tend to struggle in this exact spot. So I get why you're doing it. I haven't bet the Falcons. I'm scared off of it. I'm probably just going to end up with the Patriots on a money line around Robin, even though you're so right. Like, it's a spot they should lose, but I think between the Vrabel playing this young quarterback on the road and the way Drake May's been playing, I don't know. I can't get there on this Falcons, even though you're right. It's an inflated number.
Well, look, this is always a challenge, and I think we have a similar challenge with the Colts and the Steelers. When are you fading the team that is riding so high? When do you get off that roller coaster? Because it's going to start to go down again. It doesn't just keep going up. Trying to time that is the hardest part of some of this. So we're putting a pin in Atlanta, New England. We'll end up talking about it on Sunday because we might have a hard time finding 5, and this is going to be one where I think we're going to.
I have 5 I love. You just don't like them. Well, honestly,
that's the point of the game, my friend. Yeah. We got to find 5 that we both love.